Welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing something I've got quite a few requests for, and that is to do an updated opinions video for Animal Crossing New Horizons. So in case you didn't know, back in June when New Horizons was first announced, I did a pretty long discussion type video, and in that video I was actually really upset and I said a lot of things I didn't like about the game. And I actually received a lot of backlash from that video because for some reason people don't like to hear criticism about their favourite games. Which is fine, but your girl's gonna do it anyway because nobody else is going to, and that's what I'm here for, to be completely honest about my favourite game series. And to be honest, I still to this day get comments on that video from people being just generally rude, and many requests from people to make a video letting you guys know about my opinions on the game now. So I figured it was finally time to tell you all everything I think about this game from what we've seen so far. So first things first, I remember one of the main things I was upset about in June was the grass texture. I absolutely hated it and it made the world look way too bright and flat and just not good. But now, guys, the grass is so great. Look how much they've improved it. I really love the way the grass is from the way we've seen it in the more recent trailers. I love that the pattern textures made a return. I love all the different colours, and I love that some areas of the grass have more patterns than others. It sort of reminds me of the little long grass patches you could run through in Population Growing, and I'm super happy with this and how much it's improved, and I'm definitely a big fan of the grass texture now. Okay, so next, I made a complaint about the hair in the old video, how it was sort of looking like jelly and the highlights were way too much. I've definitely changed my view on things now. I've got much more used to the hair texture and I think it looks lovely now. The highlights have definitely been toned down a lot, which makes me happy, and the texture is looking much better. I actually really love the hair in the game now, and I'm excited to see what all the hairstyles will look like. Next though, there is something I have to complain about. So in the original video, I pointed out how the characters' feet have changed. They were much bigger and seemed to stick straight to the floor, almost like a Lego character. I'm kind of used to the way the feet look now, and I love how much detail has been put into the shoes and socks because of it. It really is amazing compared to previous Animal Crossing games. But as I said, I do have a complaint about the feet. Where are the toes? Like, where are the toes? In New Leaf, we had toes. In Pocket Camp, we had toes. Why do our characters just have this fat blob at the end of their legs? And when they wear flip-flops and sandals, they just sit on top of the blob? What? Why remove the toes? Me, Chewy and Dramikins were laughing about this the other day, and it's just so weird that they removed the toes. I don't know, you guys might not care at all. But I thought it was pretty funny that our characters have textured hair, pupils, we have freaking seal socks, but no toes. Anyways, moving on. Something I noticed in the most recent trailer that Simply Press Start pointed out on Twitter is that one of these palm trees doesn't have a shadow on it at all. Considering they've been working so hard on this game, I'm not sure how they let that slip into the trailer. I'm kind of really just confused as to how this happened, but I don't know the ins and outs of making games, so it could just be a bug that happened and that they're working on. Other than that, I really love how the shadow and lighting looks. Generally the game looks great, you know? As much as I complain about the colour of the cherries or the lack of toes and that one missing shadow, in general the game looks absolutely beautiful and has such a big improvement from when I first saw it, which I'm really happy about because this game deserves the best and it seems like it's getting the best. I love the shadows from the trees and the characters' clothing, like even Tom has a shadow on his clothes from his big head. I love that. Next is the water. So I can't remember if I liked how the water looked in my old video, but I know I was a bit concerned about there being no wavy pattern in the water like in previous games. I'm just not sure if I mentioned that or not in the video. I did see a comment on one of my videos recently saying that they need to add this texture back to the water because the water looks flat and boring. And I can see why you say this, and I agree with you a little bit. Like, I can understand why you'd think that. I'd definitely love to see what this water would actually look like with the old wave pattern on it, of course, but if they leave the water like this, which I think they're going to, I'm completely fine with it. I think the water looks really peaceful and soft. I'm not sure if that's the correct word to describe it, but it looks really peaceful, and with the water this way you can get more reflections on it and the little light speckles from the sun as well. I definitely have a fondness for the old pattern, which I'm sure a lot of us do, but I like the water this way as well, and I'm not fussed either way. I think the water looks great, so there's no complaints from me. Next, the fruit. You guys know how I feel about the fruit, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. Pears, great. Oranges, great. Apples, great. Peaches? Yeah, they're so realistic it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Bring back cute peaches. And cherries, some people will let me know that this is the colour of cherries in other parts of the world, which is fine, but I just don't understand why they changed the colour in the game from such a vibrant one to an orangey one. I'm not a fan of the colour, but I'm not gonna go on a riot or anything if they don't change the fruit renders. Like, I'm not actually bothered if the fruit stays looking this way. It's just my opinion that the peaches and cherries aren't as cute as they used to be. The pears are so good this time around though. I would definitely be trying to steal pears from my friends' towns if they have them. Next is the clothing. I love the clothing. All of the clothes in this game look great. We've got so many different accessories, backpacks and flower crowns, woolly hats, and just so much good stuff. And we have seal socks. Who can complain? It's all gorgeous. We still need to see the Able sisters though, because I want to see how making patterns will work. They recently released a stylus for the Switch for brain draining, so I'd really love some Animal Crossing themed styluses to be released for when we're making patterns in the game. They still haven't even shown pattern making, but I'm just going to assume we can still do that, because if we can't, well, that wouldn't be good. So let's hold out hope to see some Sable and Mabel soon. I want to see them and their shop in HD, and I want to see how detailed pattern making will be in this game. And speaking of clothing, I really like the different outfits the villagers have now. I've always worried when playing previous games that the villagers must be cold in just a t-shirt during autumn and winter. Now they have so many more clothing options, and even accessories too. Seeing Kiki in glasses was one of my favourite things. I absolutely love that feature they added in Pocket Camp and Happy Home Designer to dress up our villagers, and it's going to be so nice to see the different ways the villagers dress, and I assume now we can gift them things like sunglasses and hats and they'll actually wear them. So I really can't wait to see them dressed up all cozy for winter and to gift all my villagers the cutest clothes. Next up, the music. Now, in my first video, I remember I made a complaint about the music because in the 20-minute direct we got, I couldn't actually hear any music in the background at all, and this made me worried that there wasn't going to be any hourly music in this game. Which again, we still haven't heard any of the hourly music. I wonder if there'll be an option to turn off hourly music just so we can hear the atmospheric sounds. I think that would actually be really nice, though I do really hope to hear some more music soon. From the music we have heard, I do really like it though. I don't think I fell in love with the title theme immediately, but I really do like it now. It has some elements in it that just make it feel like Animal Crossing, and now that I'm used to hearing it, I really love it. It makes me happy to hear the title theme music whenever I do, so yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I'm just desperately hoping to hear some more soon. Next is the characters. So a big complaint from me is that we haven't seen Blathers or the Able sisters. And you guys maybe don't care because we have Isabelle, so who cares about Blathers, right? Well, I do. I really care about Blathers in this game. I need to know that there is a museum confirmed for this game, because as much as they've shown us all the fun we're going to have catching fish and bugs and collecting fossils, they haven't given us our entire reason to do all of those things, which is for Blathers. Now, we've also seen these two new characters, the new dodo bird who runs the airlines, which is super cute because this way he can fly like all the other birds and see the sky, which is a really cute and adorable idea. We also have Chip's long lost nephew or something. I don't know who this is. He's cute though, I like how big his eyes are. I think he will be in charge of selling fishing bait. Maybe he'll be a travelling NPC, sort of like Joan, and will show up on certain days of the week. Then you can buy different bait or maybe even fishing boppers off him to help you catch different types of fish. I think that would be really awesome. But other than not seeing all of the NPCs yet, which to be honest I'm probably just being really impatient about, the actual villagers and characters we have seen look amazing. I love how much texture and detail every single character has. I'm really happy with how everything looks, and something I really like is how the characters' eyes will actually move now. Timmy and Tommy and the villagers will look at butterflies and actually look at the world around them instead of just staring blankly. It's a small detail that I really appreciate them adding. The next thing I want to mention is the crafting mechanic. I think in my video I said that I didn't like it, but after like a week I said I liked it again, so that opinion didn't last very long. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for the crafting aspect now. It gives all of the things we do in the game so much more purpose. Like collecting flowers now, we not only use them for decorating our towns, we can use them to wear in our hair like in previous games, we can put them as flowers in our house like in previous games, but we can also now harvest the flowers and craft a flower crown with them, or collect twigs too and craft a wreath for our front door. There's going to be so many uses just for one item, and I'm really excited for all of the stuff we're going to be able to make in this game. And so probably the last thing to mention is the pole vaulting. So I actually put in the thumbnail of my old video that I hated the pole vaulting, and to be honest, I still don't really like it that much. Like, it doesn't feel like classic Animal Crossing to me. It's the same with the Nook phone, but I certainly don't hate it, so maybe that was just clickbait. To be honest, I'm actually really excited to jump over a river for the first time of one, and I love how it's going to give us even more motivation to make the town grow and collect things to craft a bridge. And I've definitely enjoyed the memes that have come from that one pole vaulting scene, so I guess I'm a fan now. And to put everything I've said quickly, I'm just really looking forward to this game. I love Animal Crossing with all my heart. And please, if you love something, you should be critical of it. It's not good to genuinely be a stan of anything. If you love something, you've got to see it honestly and see how it can be improved. And there's definitely a couple of things that they need to show us, like more NPCs and buildings for example, and there's definitely some things that still need working on, like this palm tree shadow for example, and the character's toes. Hashtag bring back Animal Crossing toes. But other than that stuff, I'm so excited for the game. I'm going to be playing it here on the channel and probably do a multiplayer with some of you guys, so I hope you're looking forward to the game too. I feel like this game has improved so much since the first direct, and I'm really loving the way things are now. I'm holding out so much hope for another trailer or direct soon. I just really want to see the Able sisters and Blathers. Oh, and I also really want to know what Rossetti's job is going to be, because there was this one guy on my Discord server who hinted to me that he works at Nintendo, and he also hinted to me that Rossetti will drive a rescue helicopter. Probably not true, and not sure why he'd need a helicopter when he's a mole and can just dig underground, but there was actually an Animal Crossing comic that Mayor Mori showed me that shows a helicopter, so now I'm just like, is he actually going to fly a helicopter? I'm so confused. Anyways though, if you'd like to, feel free to share your opinions on the game in the comments section. And with that said, I guess that's all for today's video guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please do leave a like and subscribe, only if you want to though. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you on my next video. Bye!